Good morning, I'm Kathryn Delaney, and this is your daily tarot insight for October 13th, 2020. As you know, I will often speak about what's going on in our astrological planetary system and what influences show up in the daily readings. I'm going to start just going through the cards, and then at the end of going through the cards, I'll touch back in if there are references, which today, of course, there are, which doesn't surprise me. The first card that we have for today is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is letting us know that today we will be contemplating emotional concerns, matters of the heart. The Cups are relationships card, and the Four, while it is a card of stability, typically, or number of stability, typically in the tarot system, the Three of Cups is a representation of emotional satiation, like totally being just in the joy of the moment and overwhelmingly so. And the Ace is a new beginning and ultimate vulnerability. So this is as if we were standing or in the middle of a lake and there was a turning over. You know, every spring and every fall there is a turnover of the lake just because of temperature differences. But this is letting us know that there's something coming in today that is a matter of the heart, that is causing us to reconsider how we've been living life and what we've been doing and what we've been emotionally attached to, in a sense. Now, the second card that we have for today is a major arcana. It's the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a figure that is waiting for information. It's a figure, if you look closely, she has the Torah hidden within her kimono or her cape. So this is a card letting us know that there's some secret that is going to be revealed today. Something that's going to come to us information-wise that we don't necessarily need to go out and seek or look for. There's something coming in. When we consider the water and how it actually moves around the planet, it can start as rain and gather in a lake, up in a mountain, and then wash down the mountain in a creek or river, and then go all the way out to the ocean and be redistilled and picked up again and made into rain again. So water moves around, information moves around, and how we feel is connected to water. And when we, look at this card, it's also ruled by the moon, and the moon is also associated with the emotions and how we feel about things. And so if there is something that is in an emotional place, or even if you're not looking for it, there's something that's going to be revealed here soon. And the third card rather that we have for today is the Magician. Now, the Magician is associated with Mercury, and if we look at this figure here, they have a wand in their hand, and then they have all of these different tools on their table. They have a sword, they have a cup, they have a wooden wand, and they have a pentacle. And so this figure here is letting us know that we are fully capable of accomplishing anything that we need to do. What's interesting about having these two cards next to each other is that this card is telling us that there's something coming in and that we can wait for it. We don't need to necessarily go and seek it out. And yet this card is telling us to act, and that we have everything that we need in ourselves to act and be self-sufficient. And so there's a kind of a balance in this. Like, once we get the information that will come in, we'll know when to act and how to act, and to be in full control of ourselves. Now, the reason why these cards showing up is interesting right now astrologically, considering where the planets are, is that we have Uranus, which is a planet of unexpected changes, or, that happen in situations that are overgrown, that need to change, and that's in Taurus. And right now we have Mercury, which rules this card, in Scorpio. And Mercury is a planet that's all about how we see things, how we describe things, how we talk about things and speak about things. Mercury is a planet of communication, and it's how we see the world and how we look at the world. And then we have, and it's in Scorpio, which is a sign that's typically associated with being, secretive and transformative. And so there's been this talk in the astrological community that right now is a time where, information can come to you that is unexpected, and things can be revealed. And that's on a global scale because of just what's going on with the planets. And we today have this card that's all about having secrets revealed, and then we have this card showing up that's telling us that, Mercury's presence is being known today. Right now, we are approaching a new moon, and right as we go into the new moon, we have Mercury going retrograde. And so particularly today and tomorrow, it's a good time to take care of the things that you need to take care of, because whatever you need to work on after that, it would be useful to take a lot more time in doing it. Not necessarily that you shouldn't do it, which some astrologers will suggest, but it's more of like a slowing down time, because Mercury is fast, right? It's quicksilver. It's a fast-moving planet. So when it goes retrograde, it forces us to take time with communication and plans and contracts and really look over things. And at the same time, we're going into this new moon on Friday, and new moons are time typically for new beginnings and planting seeds for new beginnings that you want to grow during the waxing of the moon, right? Like a candle, when it melts, it waxes, builds, and so as the moon grows, it waxes. And things grow that we plant intentionally on the new moon. And so it can be a good time to be really aware of our communication, particularly because Mercury is all about communication and how we speak about things and how we see things. And so I invite you to use your language and time with your community to talk about the potential of what we could be going into as things begin to shift. In every time of chaos, there's order afterwards. And what does that look like? And what is the potential for that? And I think that, all of us have been in a place where we've been, trugging along, doing our thing. Many of us working our butts off, and then this wild situation, chaotic situation happened in the world that everybody in the world is having to deal with on some level. And so it brings us all to a universal, single song of what's happening in our global community. And in that chaos, it can bring forth a lot of potential within all of us that we never got a chance to actualize because we were just trugging along in our routines, our daily routines, that only allowed for so much time and energy to go to things. And granted, many of us haven't had that shift in our job picture. Many of us are still working a lot. And some of us aren't, and it's really stressful, and yet the whole situation for everyone is really, really stressful. And it will shift. And so what do we want to see in that? And where is the potential in that? And where is the hope in that? And that's what part of this new moon is all about, is us putting our energy into that place for the better good of our global community. So that's your tarot insight that came in today, and planetary insight, thanks to the moon and Mercury showing up in the reading. I hope you have a blessed day and that you're well, and I send you a good wish, and I will see you soon. Take care.